Hi, good morning. I'm Dante Ferrigno, and if you've been watching my channel a while, you know I've been on one heck of a journey on this carnivore diet ever since I started doing lion diet back on January 14th of 2021. Today is Friday, September 16th, 2022. I've been on this way of eating now for well over 600 days, and it has been tremendous. I very rarely make any big mistakes, but I have had the occasional, I want to say treat, but it's not a treat. I have had the occasional thing that is not good for me on this diet, but every time it has proven to be detrimental and something that I don't want to repeat. I make excuses for these things usually when something comes along, and this time it was grief. I know we see it all the time. It's that old trope that when you're having grief, you turn to ice cream or comfort food or something like that, and that's exactly what I did yesterday. We went to the store because I had to get out of the house trying to process all this stuff, and I was just going to pick up some soda water and a few other things, get some meat, get some eggs, and before we left, I was heading toward the ice cream section, and I said, I'm just going to look. I'm going to look at the ingredients. The ingredients inspector. I said, well, I'm going to find something that doesn't have anything bad in it. And the problem is that I relate certain things higher, and I think this is a problem a lot of carnivore dieters and a lot of low-carb dieters fall into with relation to sugar, is they'll focus on the fact that it's got high fructose corn syrup or it's got cane sugar, and fall on the side that cane sugar actually is better for you somehow. The only thing I can say is I definitely don't want high fructose corn syrup in me, and honestly, definitely I don't want sugar in me. So I should have them both on the same level. But even in my own mind, after a year and a half of doing this, I still have high fructose corn syrup up here as something to avoid, and sugar is a little bit further down the list because I kind of conflate it with something natural. And this is where a lot of the problem with just eating natural can become a problem. You got to find out what your body responds to. And I am learning more and more that my body responds very, very well to carnivore. I've known that. I should know that. But yet, still make the dumb mistake of eating a huge thing of ice cream when I'm having a down moment. Now, I know you're going to say, don't get down on yourself, Dante. It's a big deal that you're going through right now. But it didn't help. And that's what I want to be able to come tell you. It didn't help anything. The whole time it was going on, I kept saying, why are you doing this? This is not helping. This is not making things better. And then I started to get a rush from the sugar. There's nothing here to eat. I started getting a rush from the sugar, and it didn't make me feel good. It made me feel flushed, and it made me feel sick. Will you stop that? It made me feel flushed, and it made me feel sick. So it definitely wasn't worth it. And then here, less than 24 hours later, I just went on my morning walk, and I noticed it while I was walking. My kidneys feel like two rocks back there right now. I don't know how to explain why that's the case, other than the fact that I ate a bunch of sugar and milk yesterday that I don't normally eat, and it was a very uncomfortable evening.
Hey, this is me editing the same video 6 hours later, and I'll tell you that in addition to the kidney pain, my stomach now, my lower intestines are really uncomfortable. It's not worth it.
It did not make processing the grief any easier. So, even though I don't want to beat you up if you've done that, I don't want you to beat yourself up if you've done that, I do want to encourage you, don't do it. It's just not going to have the reward. No matter what your emotional side is telling you, it's not going to give you the benefit that you can't help but think is coming when you're in that emotional state. Today I'm fasting because I feel like I got to make up for that. I mean, it's a setback. And it's something that I don't want to have happen again. But I know it's going to happen again. So I'm reminding you not to be worried about it if you make a mistake, but try to remember, because I don't, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to eat the modern processed garbage. I don't care what justification we try to make for it, how we try to categorize it, it's just not worth it to eat that modern processed garbage. That's one of the reasons why I use Redmond real salt instead of refined table salt for all of my food, because Redmond makes natural, healthy, ancient seabed salt with trace minerals that you need that refining gets rid of in regular salt. But if you find that you do well on this diet and you find, like me, that you need salt, Redmond is the place to go. It's also where I get my Relight from, so that I have potassium and magnesium, something I didn't do a whole lot of early on in this diet, but I've been doing it now for about a month, and it really seems to make a difference, especially when I am depleted. When I have been working and sweating and trying to push on, it really helps me to be able to have the energy that I need when I am pouring out sweat doing work. I've always been, since I've been doing this channel, a little bit averse to talking about supplements, but I like Relight. It really has done a good job for me. So it's another product Redmond makes that I like, and you can get yours at redmond.life. All you got to do is use my coupon code Dante to get 15% off your order, and you can check that out in the description. And I sure hope you take some benefit from this whole situation I've gone through, because this is what I live for. I live to encourage you guys to stay on your right path, to stay on the track that you want to stay on. Life gives us enough excuses to make mistakes. Don't make those mistakes that just add more problems to your life. Well, I hope this message finds you in the right moment today. I'll see you next time.
If we pay extra, could we maybe get some grease or fat?